Njambi's Perspective. Conversations that matter.
Hello there, Happy New Year. Welcome back to Jambi's Perspective podcast. Now, this is the only place where we hold conversations that matter. Happy New Year. And this new year imeanza na a very strong awakening for me because it has started well, I'd say. And imenipea mwamko. Is that the right word? I don't know. But I am so excited for this new year. And let me tell you, let me share. Today's episode is about resolutions, basically resolutions. So when the year started on first, I was about to write my resolutions, but then I wondered, zenye nilikuwa nimeandika last year, did I even accomplish them? Did I even accomplish half of what I'd written last year? And so I went to where I'd put the paper I'd written, nikachukua, and I was trying to cross the things that I've achieved that year, and I found that nimeachieve out of the 6 that I'd written, I only crossed 2 of them that I'd achieved. So kwa akili yangu, I was like, as in, is this really necessary? Doing the resolutions yearly, is that necessary? And so I resoluted not to do the resolutions. And so I went ahead and wrote that on my status, and I said, I don't know about you guys, but these yearly resolutions does not sit well with me, because I feel like I've achieved so much more in 2020, and what I'd written was kind of limiting, and I didn't even achieve half of what I'd written to achieve. So I also asked guys to give me their opinions on resolutions and everything, and people were hey. People went haywire. I was like, okay, kwani mlikuwa mnangoja ama what's up? But out of all the comments that I got, I only think that only one person was on my side or not doing the resolutions. Everyone else was for resolutions. Yes. And I'm going to put some of the comments right here after this introduction. I'm going to put the comments there so that you can read what people said, and you can also take notes on what people said, because I felt that very awakening and that very thought changing, because I'd already resoluted not to do the resolutions, but then with what I got from people, I resoluted to not do the resolutions again. I know. So today I want us to do something very different. Okay, it's the resolution still, but it's on resolution still, but I want us to go through, or to think about what we've been through in 2020, or rather what I've been through. I want to do a review of my 2020 and see what I did wrong and what I didn't do. Okay, my grandma is there. She's waving. Hi. Okay, I want us to do a recap of 2020 and see where we went wrong, or what we did right, or what we did wrong. And I have some questions here. They're here with me. There are 11 in number. Which one is the shuffle? Ndio nisibie. So I'll be picking one paper at a time and opening it and reading the question, and then I'll make sure. Okay, I'll make sure that I've answered not all the questions here, and I will put down these questions on my about, or the description box, so that you can also go through them and answer them to find out if you were able to do. Shashangu anashtuka. Make sure you go through the questions as well, guys. So I'll start with the the first one. This is the first question. So it reads, it's number 10. What are some of your most memorable times? And then it may divide into family-wise, career-wise, relationship-wise, and in personal life. So my most memorable times, I bet family-wise, was when we did our graduation party. We did it here at home, and all my family members were here with me, and there was a lot of tears of joy. There was a lot of tears and joys, and people were so happy about now the accomplishment that we had done, because again, my twin and I graduated at the same time, plus my cousin. So tulikuwa the 3 of us, and there was so much joy within this family and friends as well. So I think that is the most memorable time of my 2022, family wise. Career wise, I'd say career wise. I'd say probably it's about okay, let me think. Career wise, maybe my podcast it may shoot because we were ranked number 139. This last year we were ranked number 139. I don't know out of how many other podcasts, but I think that's a milestone for me in my career. I also got the chance to work at KBC, although I was an intern. It's also a milestone, yes. And also got to do a couple of other interviews, and yeah, that's a milestone for me. Oh, also, in my humanitarian side or the humanitarian side of my career, the Save Dreams did really well this year. Actually, we were able to give more than 300 girls sanitary towels, innerwears, and soaps. Like we were able to achieve so much last year. So in my humanitarian side, in my humanitarian side, we were also able to do so much more, and I'm so grateful for that. So relationship wise, I'm in a long distance relationship, and I'd say that being able to hold on for that long has been the biggest milestone for me. I don't know if that's memorable, but I think that's the biggest milestone I've achieved relationship wise. Being able to be in a long term and a long distance relationship. Yes, yes. So in my personal life, I'd say almost everything else that I've mentioned there before. Seeing my parents happy, graduating, my podcast doing so well, and I think that's it. In my personal life, like I've achieved so much, and I've mentioned Apple Mbele. So yeah, those are some of my most memorable times in 2020. So on to the next question. On to the next question. This one reads, are you proud of the person you were in 2022? Of course I am. Of course I am. I am so proud of the person I was in 2022. There are bits of it that I'm not proud of, bits of it that I feel like I need to improve, yes, but I also feel like I'm so proud of the person I was because I've been able to accomplish so much. Most of the things I don't think that I'd planned for or I'd even thought that I'd be able to do, but I was able to do. And I think yeah. I'm very proud of the person I am. Of the person I was in 2022, and that doesn't mean that I'm comfortable with that person. I think that I'm still going to improve, to try and improve come 2023. So on to the third question. That question reads, traits that needs to be left in 2022. Procrastination has to be the very first thing that I love to leave in 2023. 2022, I mean, I'm a very big procrastinator. This vlog or this episode, I've contemplated on recording it for the last week, yani kutoka mwaka ianze. I was thinking, let me do this resolution episode, but nimekuwa procrastinate until right now. And I think that I also procrastinate on so many things. Like kuna siku nilikuwa nitoke niende somewhere, and I was like, sintaenda tu kesho, and kesho came and said, sintaenda tu kesho. Yani that procrastination part of me is not even I have to leave that one behind. Another thing that I have to leave behind is indecisiveness. Hey, indecisiveness. Let me tell you that the indecisiveness comes with the very tiniest bits. Unaona venye unafikirianga sijui nitapika nini, and then you spend like 3 hours thinking nipike ugali ama nipike mchele ama nikule kwa hoteli ama nini, the little things that we do that make us indecisive. Hizo vitu zimeni affect until I'm unable to make major decisions in my life because I'm like, what if I do this and this happens? What if I do this? And you overthink. Indecisiveness, those are some of the biggest traits that I want to live in 2022. So procrastination, one of them, and the other one is indecisiveness. Those are the two main things that I want to live in 2022. So the other thing that we're going to The other question that I have, we've already tackled. Oh God, itatu peke. Okay. The fourth one, what's the one thing you'd love to change about your 2022 if you had the chance to? The one thing that I'd love to change, there were bits of my 2022 that were very, very slow and very, very, I was like very, very down in my life. Nilikuwa, I don't know, have you ever experienced self-pity? And you're in a position that you can't do anything. All you do is pity yourself. And in that moment hakuna kitu unaweza fikiria other than how miserable you are, how miserable your life is, or how ugly you are, or how the little things that affect you mentally. I think that's something that if I had the chance to, I'd change that, because I was a very, I guess, for a month, and I even did an episode iko kwa Anchor. I did an episode and I was saying guys, I was saying how pathetic my life has been ever since I left KBC. That moment was very, I don't know. I degraded myself to the lowest pit I can ever throw myself into, and I think that's something that I'd love to change about me, about my 2022, because I feel like I'm so much more than the things I'm not. I'm so much more than the things I'm not. So yeah, that's something that I'd love to change. The moments that I experienced self-pity, and the moments that I experienced self-doubt, because there are so many moments I did that, and I'd want to change that for me. The other question was, what went well? What went well in my 2022 was, well, I graduated. That's one. That has to be something that went well for me. Also, Save Dreams did really well. We at least were able to go to different schools and do different activities. I was able to impact so many lives. As in, I'm taking credit because I did. Let me tell you, by the way, sometimes we try to be very modest about things that we have accomplished. We try to be like, personally, I did so much in the last quarter of 2022. I did so much. Like, I pushed myself to the limits. And I am proud of that, because I realized that I'd want to sit here and tell you, you know, as much as ni God amefanya everything, but and I'm so grateful for that. I also took part, and I pushed myself to the limit, and I'm proud of that. And I am proud that I was able to impact so many lives, because today, as I walk, in my home area, I walk past the schools that I went to, and they remember things, and they're like, Jambi mambo, sasa utakuja lini tena, and that's something that the impact is what I was after, and the impact was felt, and I'm so proud of myself for that. So that really went well for me. I was also able to be more eloquent in, well, public speaking, because public speaking has been one of my greatest challenges. I don't know if I'm able to express myself well in public. That's why I decided to, this year I'll be doing more of the videos than the audios, because I want to when I was doing the audios, it was more of hiding and recording and just speaking your thoughts out. But now when you're doing the video, you're just looking at yourself, and the people are going to look at you and be like, and I was trying to avoid that so much, because I'm not good of a public speaker. But that's something I want to change in 2023, and I already started in 2022, because I was able, when I was teaching, I was training the students and the pupils about menstrual health, and I was able to really bring out my points very well, and I'm so proud of that, because I was able to public speak. Hey, now yeah, okay. Let's go to the next question. How did I deal with the obstacles? I think there's another question before this one, so let's tuangalie. This one tutaijibu after we jibu the other one. I think this is a follow up, so tuiweke hapo kando kidogo. What unexpected joys did I discover? What unexpected joys did I discover? I'd say this, and I'll say it again. The fact that I am able to, the fact that I was able to do the trainings on menstrual health. Let me tell you, there's no fulfilling joy like being able to be received, and being ile reception unapatanga, and it's the good reception that you get. That was the most fulfilling thing that I got. And people are different. For me, I thrive on compliments. So mimi ukiniambia ati siku hizi uko sawa, I thrive on this, the little things and the compliments. I thrive on that. And so the reception, all the schools that I went to this year, I got a very good reception, and that joy is unmatched. That joy is unmatched. I'd say that is the most unexpected joy that I got, having that ukienda shule you don't know what to expect, you don't know the reception you'll get, you don't know what the teachers will say, because bado we have ile phobia ya primary, you fear the teachers and you fear the head teacher and the deputy. We still have that phobia, but we still went, and we got a good reception. And I guess that is the most unexpected joy that I got in 2022. So the other question is, what did not work out as hoped? Hey, so much did not work out as hoped. So Mimi, when I was starting 2022, I was sure that I'm going to be done with school by up around March, then be done by internship, hizo vitu zote. So I was hoping that by December I'd already have moved out of my parents' house. But unfortunately, I'm still here in my father's compound, with his surname. Using his surname, I'm still enjoying his food. But that's something that didn't work out, because I'd already planned out that by the time December inafika, mimi nitakuwa nishaenda kuanzia maisha. But hey, I'd also hope that by the time this year ends, I'll get a new phone. I was not able to, so bado tunapambana this coming year, bado tunapambana. We want to see if we're going to achieve that. So I don't know. I guess those are most of the things that didn't work out well. Maybe moving out and getting myself a new phone, and getting a steady flow of income. I wanted to get a very steady flow of income by the time this year ends, and I was not able to accomplish that. I'm still working on that coming 2023. Yes, actually, I still want a very steady flow of income, and yeah, those are the things that I didn't get in 20. That didn't work out for me. But we still pambana. Hii mwaka ingine tutapambana, tuone venye kutakuwa. Are there unrealistic expectations I need to let go? Unrealistic expectations. I think the most unrealistic expectation was to kumaliza shule nikiwa move out. Is that unrealistic? I don't know if that is unrealistic or nilikuwa nimejiaminia sana, but I think that's something that I need to let go of. I need to put my house in order first before I even think of moving out. Ama maisha niambie ile kitu, niachie huyo. Unataka kumove out, sawa, niachie huyo. So I think the most unrealistic thing that happened to me in 2022 was I thought of ever moving out in 2022. Yet nimetoka shule just the other day. Sasa tufikishe 20 minutes, that's why I'm trying to hurry up. So, this is the first question, then hii ingine nilikuwa nimesoma itakuja kama follow up. What unexpected obstacles came up? I guess the biggest obstacle I faced in 2022 was money-wise. Pesa haijaitosha. So I guess that was my biggest obstacle. And there's another obstacle that I faced. Let me just speak about Save Dreams, because Save Dreams was, I guess, my biggest achievement in 2022. So there's a time tulikuwa tuende shule, and we'd already planned everything, and we were around 10 of us who were supposed to go to that school. I'd already brought together around 10 people to go with me to that school. But it got to the day and everyone was like, Aki nimeshindwa kukuja. Hey, let me tell you. Tulienda shule, we were only 4 of us when we went to that school. And we were only 2 girls, myself and another lady called Jane, and my mom and her friend. Yani mabeshte wa mamangu ndio walikuwa wanajaza hizo marende za kwenda hizo shule. My mom has been my biggest support this year. So yeah, alikuja na mabeshte zake and was like, usijali, sisi tuko hapa. And true to her word, they were there at least for me and for us, and at least they helped. That was a very big roadblock for me, because I was like, sasa nendaje, as in how am I going to be able to talk about all these things peke yangu, But tulipambana, because God anakuanga ule mse. And I guess I've already answered how did I deal with the obstacles. Actually, my mom came through for me. The biggest obstacle that I had, ya kwenda shule, and we were very few of us. My mom came through for me because she came with her friends. And the other obstacle was money-wise. I'm still dealing with that. Bado tunatafuta pesa na hazitoshangi. So I'm still dealing with the other obstacle that I faced. The last question before to malize, could I have done anything? Could I have done anything differently? I'd said this before, that my 2022 did not go as planned in any way that I'd planned or I'd imagined it to go, but it flowed in a very, it took a very good direction. Yani sikuwa na imagine ingeenda hivyo. Ni ile si ati it didn't happen the way I expected, so like I'm sad. I'm very like happy to announce that it didn't happen the way I expected, because I guess nilikuwa nimejilimit sana. You know, if you don't think that you're capable of doing some things, you try to limit yourself, and you feel like this is the only thing, this is the match I can go to, you know. But 2022 has proved to be that year that there's a very thin line between your dream and the reality. You know, everything that you do, and you get some dreams, and you're like, you haiwezi happen. Or when you're fantasizing about something, or when you're dreaming about something, and you feel like, you haiwezi happen. So far beyond my reach. Let me tell you, 2022 has proved that there's a very, very thin line between your dream and your reality. If you want something, and if you think that you can get something, and you believe in yourself, then you can have it. Kindly listen to the episode I did on the silent, not the silent patient. What is this? What is the book called? The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. There's a book review I did on The Secret, and let me tell you guys, that was my most awakening moment, because this book I'd read it kitambo sana nikiwa shule, but nilipata juzi, and I was like, okay, the last, but on September, and I was like, let me go through this book again. Na nikaisoma, and I felt like this is what I need, this is what I've been lacking. And I'm so glad that I reread the book, and I reviewed the book very well. You can get the points that you need. If you feel like bado mwaka wako haijaanza na ile motisha unataka ianze nayo, or the fire that you want ianze nayo, kindly go listen to that episode. Take the points that you want to take, and leave the ones that you want to leave, and then tell me how things goes. So hizi maswali, I will put them hapa kwa description box. Make sure you answer them before uanze kufikiria mambo ya kuandika resolutions or what you want. Make sure first you review your 2022 and feel like if there's anything that you need to change, or if there's anything that you want to add onto your list 2023, then these are the questions that you need to answer. Sawa? Thank you so much for listening to me. If you've come this far, then you're a true patriot, and I love you for that. Let me know what you think on the comment section. I'll appreciate. If you find this very helpful, kindly share with your friends and your families, and to put more subscribers. Let us get more subscribers, and I will be glad to share more content with you. Tumesema we will be doing videos and audios, ndio bado to improve on our self-image, yes, and our public speaking traits, because I feel like I'm speaking to a very large audience. I did it. But yes, hii mwaka ni mwaka ya mabadiliko, and I hope that everything will go according to plan. If not, everything will go it will take a better direction. That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's meet next time. Same place, same time. Thank you.
For this and more exciting content, log on to www.anchor.fm/njambi-gaidho or follow @njambi-gaidho on Instagram.